Good morning, everybody. It's 9:30. Welcome to the council meeting for Wednesday, February the 22nd. Getting ahead of myself there. The first item on the agenda is call to order for the national anthem. Please stand if you're able. Thank you so much. Okay, so we've got a full agenda here today. We've got first item is public forum, not to exceed 15 minutes. I don't think we have anybody registered for that, and I don't see any faces in the audience wanting to do the public forum. So the next item on the agenda is council announcements. Anybody on council want to make some announcements today? Okay, seeing none. I will say that it's Pink Shirt Day today, as we celebrate every year at this time, I guess. And this is an opportunity to take a stand and show our support for the anti-bullying movement and thoughts around anti-bullying in the workplace and in schools and in our everyday lives. So I'll just acknowledge that. So seeing no other announcements, introduction of emergency or time-sensitive matters. Seeing none, adoption of the agenda. Councillor Hsu, Councillor Tree, all those in favor? Opposed? That carries unanimously. Thank you. Disclosures of pecuniary interest in the general nature thereof. Okay, seeing none, Mr. Clerk. So the next item is adoption of previous council minutes. We've got a special council education and training session or meeting on January the 31st, council public meeting on February the 1st, and the council meeting on February the 8th. And we can adopt those all together. If we have a mover and seconder, Councillor Tree, Councillor Thompson, all those in favor? Opposed? Carried. Thank you. That's carries unanimously. Thank you. All right. So identification of items requiring separate discussion. We have a delegation for item 3.5, which is the MetroView application at 9929, 9935, and 9939 Yonge Street, and also a couple of addresses on Church. And we will hold the bylaws until the end. But other than that, we have everything else could go on consent. So we are looking for anybody that would like to pull any of the items. Councillor Silvitz. Oh, okay. Nobody else wants to separate any items other than 13.5 and the bylaws. Okay, so I need a mover to mover to adopt the remainder of the agenda items. Sorry.
Through you, Mayor Rust. Just to clarify, so for 13.4.1 and 13.4.3, when we are going to adopt the recommendations, we would prefer that you just adopt receipt of the staff report All the other recommendations in regards to the Liberal and the budget are dealt with in 13.9, and that is updated with the proper numbers as well.
Okay. Thank you. All right, so Councillor Silovitz will move the rest of the items. I need a seconder. Councillor Liu, all those in favor? Opposed? That carries only. Thank you. All right, so first item then that we'll be discussing, public hearings, we have none. Presentations, we have none today. So we have one delegation, Mr. Jeff Green, speaking about item number 13.5. So Mr. Green, I see you on the screen there. If you'd like to unmute yourself and turn your camera on if you wish, and you've got 5 minutes to address council. Mr. Green, I should just mention to you too, I think we're using the bell system here today, as in you'll have a bell at 1 minute to go and then a bell at the end after your 5 minutes is up.
Okay. Yes.
So welcome, sir.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity to make this presentation today. I acknowledge the fact that this development at Elmwood and Yonge Street is basically a fait accompli, but I would like to present a perspective on this project and on the vision of the city of Richmond Hill for the future. The original proposal for this site was for an 8-story tower having a FSI, which stands for Floor Space Index, of 3.75. I recall that there was a statutory public meeting held in April of 2019. At that meeting, then Regional Councillor Pirelli stated after MetroView's presentation, and I quote him, he said, "Why not come back with higher density?" I found this comment by Councillor Pirelli to be quite irresponsible, given that the original proposal of 8 stories and FSI of 3.75 would still have been the densest development in Richmond Hill. It is also good to keep in mind that this lot that we're talking about, the site, is not even 1 acre. I would like to put the original 3.75 FSI and also the resubmitted FSI of 4.9 into perspective of present buildings in Richmond Hill. So I have 2 developments here. The first one, this is the condominium at Yonge and Harding Boulevard. As you can see, it's quite a dense development, and it has an FSI of 2.5. The next one is number 3. That's the Grand Palace condominium. As you can see, it's also quite a dense development. It's further down the street on the west side of Yonge Street, just a couple of 100 meters from Yonge and Harding, and it also has an FSI of 2.5. As stated, they both have an FSI of 2.5. So the revised proposal of 4.9 FSI in 21 stories is almost double the density of 2 of the densest developments in Richmond Hill. I believe that the official plan calls for a maximum FSI of 2.5 for this area south of the old town of Richmond Hill. And the third diagram I have here is a section of the official plan. Now, this official plan was approved by the Ontario Municipal Board in 2015, and it states that the maximum density of a development block within the Uptown District and the Civic District shall be 2.5. And the district that this site falls under is the Civic District. I would like to urge council to enforce its official plan. Too often, developers such as MetroView ignore the provisions of the official plan and appeal to LPAT, demonstrating a contempt for the official plan and certainly a contempt to its residents. In the case of the proposed development, the northeast corner of Yonge and Harding, and now this is another development just further down the street. It's on the northeast corner of Yonge and Harding. MetroView didn't even bother with a public meeting, but took the proposal directly to LPAT, and we found out about it just through a notice. No public meeting, nothing. So I'm appealing to council to enforce its official plan. Too often, the residents of Richmond Hill are left with the consequences of poor planning by arrogant and non-accountable developers such as MetroView. I would like to relate a personal story of an OMB hearing I was involved with more than 20 years ago. The developer, Green Park, spared no expense hiring the best lawyers, planners, and other consultants Whereas the town, I felt the town tried to nickel and dime the process. So for the future, I would like to also urge council to vigorously defend its position, even if it has to go to the LPAT to be resolved. So thank you. That's all I wanted to say, but thank you for allowing me to speak today.
Thank you very much, Mr. Green. We always appreciate people spending their time to talk to us about issues like this. So I appreciate you doing that for us today.
Thank you.
So we've got one agenda item then, sorry, the delegations are finished. We have one agenda item that this relates to is 13.5 that was separated automatically due to the delegation. So I'll actually, Councillor DiPaolo, I saw your hand go up and after the delegate had begun. Did you want to say something?
That was my vote on the previous motion. I had a huge delay. That's why I reviewed it. I think I'm with you now.
All right, that's we'll chalk that up to a technological glitch. So thank you so much. Okay, so over to you, Councillor Silovitz, 13.5, the MetroView development application.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Good morning, everybody. Thank you, Mr. Green, for your heartfelt delegation. So before us today is basically just the request for comments with regards to the site plan application. This matter is before the board. So whatever is before us comes from that location and not from this particular municipality. So I have nothing further to add here, and I'll move the recommendations that the comments all be received, that the staff report be received for information purposes and all comments be referred back to staff. Thank you.
Okay, that's fine. So is that the recommendation in the staff report then? Okay. All right, so I need a seconder for that. Councillor Davidson. Okay, any other discussion? Councillor Davidson, did you want to speak to that?
No, thank you.
Okay, anybody else? Okay, seeing none. So we have a motion before us. All those in favor? Okay, that carries only. Regional Councillor Chan, I don't see you on the screen. Okay. Anyway, that carries only. Thank you so much. All right. So at this point in time, we've taken care of all of the business except for the bylaws, Mr. Clerk. Is that correct? So I need a motion to approve bylaw 16.1 and 16.2. And sorry, and 16.3 and 16.4. That's right. Okay. Do we have a motion for that? Can we do them all as a group? Okay, motion to approve the bylaw 16.1 through 16.4. Okay, Councillor Liu, Councillor Davidson, all those in favor? Opposed, that carries. Thank you. And I need a motion for a confirmatory bylaw 18.1 in your agenda. Councillor Silovitz, Councillor Tree, all those in favor? Opposed, that carries. Thank you. And I think that's it. We need a motion to adjourn. Councillor Silovitz, Councillor Davidson, all those in favor? Opposed, that carries. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a great day.